Hello. Are you well?
Yeah.
Good, good. Yes, my name's Ian Todd. You might know us from my podcast that I do on MySpace and that. So, Facebook. Is everyone on Facebook?
Yeah.
Basically, I keep getting tagged, and it's really annoying because it's not actually me. It's this really like manky looking bloke, right? And this like acquaintance of mine keeps saying like, yeah, it's you. It's not. It's someone else called Ian Todd. And this guy's like, it's horrible, right? And I keep saying like, can you stop tagging us with this like manky bloke? But she doesn't. So what I've done is I've tagged her with all these hilarious characters like Freddy Krueger and stuff, you know. So her name's there, and all these people are like, argh! It's called Tag and Revenge. I don't know, you know, if you're familiar with it, but talking about killers, has anyone ever went on a date with a killer? No. You see, tips. I'll give you some tips. Yep. Basically, if you ever go on a date with a killer, right, wear trainers. That's it. That's basically the only tip I can give you, right? But also, don't ever mention any horror films because they'll be thinking, I could use that. Never, you know. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't go out with a killer. You know what I mean? I'll probably learn the lesson because if they've got a cleaver and a gun there at the table, it's not good. Do you know what I mean? I got a letter the other day. Oh God, this guy said, I don't know you, you don't know me, but I'd like to tell you about my railway experiences. 15 pages of this like lad just standing pointing at a train. So basically if you get this letter, don't read it, you know. Yeah, so some albums I haven't actually listened to. There Is No Car and You Have No Head by Barry Seven. Twix is a Meal by Lesbian Carlust. Monkey Drive Through by Samba Times 7. Stalin Was Made Out of Plastic by Ricky Passionfruit. My Brother Is Not My Brother, So Who Is He? By Untitled, which is strange. Gallifrey Is a Bit Like South Shields by Dr. John Smith. So yeah. Doctor Who reference there? Oh yes. Flip-flops. They're shit, aren't they? Oh God. See people in the summer walking around with flip-flops, what are you doing, man? You know what I mean? It's rubbish. Yeah. But I like to see people who've just finished work, right, and they're walking around and they've got their t-shirt on with staff on the back, right? So I like to come, it's 5:30, they've just got out of work, and I tap them on the back and say, can you tell us where the toothbrushes are? And they're like, I'm not working, man. I'm like, it's got stuff on your back. I'm going to ask you again. Can you tell us where the toothbrushes are? Towels, you know, and they get really annoyed. It's probably about 4 minutes worth of fun. You know, 5 minutes too far, you know. I like a good talking lift. In Covent Garden, they've got a talking lift, which is great. I went there about 5 years ago, and Lloyd Grossman was voicing it from MasterChef, which is brilliant, you know, because I like Lloyd Grossman, you know. And then the stop it. It was a generic robot voice, you know. What I want someone to ask us a question. I get in the lift, say, how are you, Ian? Are you alright? Yes, I'm fine, thanks. You know, what do you have for lunch? I had pasta. If you try and ask him something, it's not going to happen. It's very difficult, do you know what I mean? It's really sad. Here's a phrase I haven't actually heard that much. She's a hard of hearing beauty. Never happens, you know what I mean? No one ever talks about the hard of hearing as a beauty. It's wrong, you know what I mean? There are some attractive women who are hard of hearing. Yeah. Here's some facts that might not be true, untruths if you like. Sharon Stone is scared of sunlight. Simon Cowell has never ever been in a car. Russell Brand is actually just 4 foot tall and he just uses low delusions. Simon Amstel can't actually read, so when he's on Buzzcocks, it's just fake. Robson Green is secretly Spanish, that's why he talks in that weird accent, you know. And Katie Price is actually secretly married to a wall in Whitley Bay. Yeah, relationships are strange in 2008. I was in a restaurant having lunch, saw this couple like having a proper little argument and stuff, and I was thinking, oh God, I don't want to listen, but I'm going to anyway. So he was like, oh God, you know, you're a bitch and all that, and I was thinking, oh, it's getting a bit heated, you know. She returned and said, just because you've got a fire-damaged face. I was like, oh God, you know, that's a bit harsh, you know. And I was thinking, what did I just hear that? Right, she went, yes, just because you've got a fire-damaged face The poor guy was always all damaged and all that, and it was really harsh. So if anyone has any, like, you know, marital problems, dating problems, just go with that. You know, that's what I would say anyway. Thanks very much for listening. Hope you had a good time, and see you soon. Bye.